Now, we do got some breaking news. This actually is just hitting right now. This is out of ESPN. New York Jets have just traded Sam Darnold to the Carolina Panthers for 3 draft picks. Let's see here. They traded it. Let's see. Number 3 overall pick and just received 3 picks, a 6th rounder in 2021, a 2nd and a 4th in 2022. Ooh, that value kind of went through the basement there on Sam Darnold. A 6th and let me see, a 6th rounder and a 2nd and 4th in 2022. So Sam Darnold is out of New York. So this clearly, I think this looks like it's going to clear the way for them to pick up Zach Wilson, the BYU quarterback, obviously. What do you think about that? Just looking at that, just at face value.
Just going to be somebody new playing the quarterback position in our division. It's what it is.
Because that directly affects you guys, right? With the Jets. So
other than who's going to be playing quarterback for him, that's the only thing that would affect us. But again, man, this is the time when NFL business is done and stuff like that. And you hope a guy like Sam is able to get his career going in a positive way at that position. Obviously he's been a good player for a long time when he was in college, and sometimes things just don't work itself out. And we've all been players. Things don't work itself out. You go to a new team, and maybe some things do work itself out. And so
I think that's true.
He's got a staff over there in Carolina who's fresh, with Matt Rule, and I'm pretty sure those guys they have a plan for him, and we'll see.
And if you would have told me, if I would have never seen any film on Sam Darnold, I would have been like, well, this guy's a bum. You know what I mean? But I've actually watched a few games with this guy, and that kid can throw the ball. I watched him put the ball on the money on a number of different occasions where that was a hard throw to make for any quarterback, and he put it on the money, and his guy drops it. I saw a lot of drops. For him. And I mean, look, that franchise, Adam Gase did them no favors at all. He did to them what he almost did to the Dolphins, actually. So they are working with a cursed deck of cards, I think, at this point. And actually, I think this is an opportunity for Sam Darnold to actually revive his career, because I do think he has potential to be. I think he still can be a starting quarterback. I think that these first few years in New York, everybody thought that they were going to be hard years, of course, but nobody knew that it was going to be that bad. Like, there was so much that was dysfunctional on the field for that team that it didn't really matter what the quarterback did. He didn't have the pieces to really make an impact for the team, for the better. I think going to Carolina, he's going to have some weapons. He's going to have some weapons in the backfield. Christian McCaffrey. They've got some issues on the O-line, but they've still got solid interior. This basically means that Teddy Bridgewater is in a win or go home, should be in a win or go home mentality as a quarterback, because now that's a direct message that there's going to be a quarterback competition there, because you've got 2 high draft pick quarterbacks. Both in kind of the same mode, one a little bit deeper in than the other, but both kind of in that same, we need to prove that we still have what it takes in this league to be a starter. So it's going to be a competition at the highest level. Again, that's just kind of how the ball bounces in the NFL. It's all about competing. It's all about production. If you go out there and you compete at a high level and you produce at a high level, then that's where, we'll find out which one of those quarterbacks is going to be moving forward for their franchise. But I mean, Sam Darnold is still in his rookie contract. So that just tells you how bad I think that this is a move that benefits him more than it puts his career in a position of potential jeopardy, at least as a starter. but the Jets obviously want to reset again. And I mean, they're about as close to being Jacksonville as you could be right now in terms of just the eagerness to restart the franchise, to do a reset.
I think specifically for Sam, I mean, just it gives him an opportunity to compete in a different location, and sometimes, just a fresh start somewhere and a fresh opportunity can kind of reignite the drive and the fire.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say that he didn't have it where he just came from, and you wish the success for that guy. Being a former player, I always wish for the success. Unless you're playing us, I always wish for the success of certain guys, or really guys, period. To be able to play in this league for as long as they can. And so you hope the best for him. You hope the opportunity would be good for him, and it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see kind of him and what he does in a new setting. So.
No, man, I think you're 100% correct in that. Sometimes it just takes new scenery to be able to put yourself to kind of give yourself a fresh go mentally, which, I mean, I think that's what he needs at this point. I mean, I think right now for him, it'd be easy enough to do that, because you kind of recognize the situation for what it was after 2 years in, and knowing that the franchise was just not heading in the right direction there, getting that trade and being shipped out. I mean, that's like, okay, now I can reset, I can restart. There's another player in Matthew Stafford, who's also kind of gotten that same kind of second lease on life. And that dude, he's been out there in Detroit putting in work for over a decade. And, now he finally gets a chance to go somewhere where that fire can be reignited for him. I mean, I think he knew what it was at the end of his time with Detroit, but Sam Darnold, I think he's in a similar situation. Obviously, two different times of their careers, but it's better to have it right then early in your rookie contract, if I'm Sam Darnold, than to have it happen, after you've put in a lot of your best years, which Matthew Stafford has put in a lot of his prime years with a lot of other players who were in their prime years and just not able to get it done. And now they get a chance to reinvigorate, and to for one of them finish on a good note, for the other to try and build a legacy for himself. So, I'll be interested to see how that pans out.